Hi, welcome to workout number 4. Just kind of a explanation with these. Hopefully everything's going well with your previous workouts. When we do these, obviously we're trying to teach you the best way to get by your defender, be more explosive, work on your ball handling, work on your footwork. But the other reason why I want to emphasize this into the drops is like creating your drops is also a really effective way to create space. And in creating space, I think it'll alleviate all of the pressure you'll feel when you're in a game. So, for example, a lot of you that get pressured by defenders might start to panic. I think if you really master all of these footworks and drops, you're gonna feel a lot more calm during the game and feel like you'll never be like pressured when you're on offense, and you'll be able to like take care of the ball calmly and make the most effective play for yourself and your team. So really emphasize creating space and staying calm so that these will help in game-like situations as we go through this as well. One more thing to add quickly too is I think these drops are perfect because it really keeps the defenders on their toes. When you drop or do a move into a drop, you're creating space, and now the defender knows that you can hesitate right, or you can switch back to your left. You can pull up and shoot, and it makes them kind of sit back on their toes, which gives you as the person on offense a huge advantage. Hi, welcome to workout number 4. Hopefully you've mastered the first 3 workouts. We still have a lot of information to give you. The first one's going to be a bound and go. So you're going to start to the side of the mat and you're going to perform like an in and out dribble to get into a bound or a hop. And then you are going to try to hop into your drop step and then plant and go. Make sure to be explosive. The one thing to notice here, recognize when you do this one, is your your left foot here, if you're going to the right, has to go behind almost your right foot. So if you look here, it goes behind and you need to reach back to find that dot. It's kind of tricky, but take it slow. Make sure to look down and feel your steps. Hopefully, if you've recognized by now, but by the drop being the most effective way to get by someone. With these next few things, we're going to try to do some moves into our drop step. One thing that I haven't thought about much in the past is like why we perform a specific move, and it should be to either gather space or to get by our defender. So we're going to work on doing some move combinations or moves right into our drop. So it's kind of tough, but for this one, you're just going to go between the legs and kind of have the same footwork as before to try to find those dots and explode right out of it between the legs. You have like a gather step here. That time I didn't hit the dots too effectively, but just keep trying. That one was a little better. This one is a behind bound and go. This one's very tricky. You're going to go between the legs and then behind the back. As you go behind the back, it's really, really important that you try to get that ball into your pocket. Even if you have to carry it a little bit, that's okay. But just go between the legs, behind the back, pocket, and then try to hit your drop steps. This time we're going to do a spin move into our bound or like our gather step into our drop, and then we're going to go. I don't know, I must have lost footage going the other way, but make sure to do this both ways. When you do your spin move, make sure that if you're spinning right to left, you keep the ball into your right hand all the way up until the bounce. So if you watch me spin here, I keep it all the way into the bounce, and then once it bounces, you're finding those X's to get into your drop. These next ones are called toe slides. Same thing, I don't know where the footage went of me going left, but make sure to do it each way. The point of this is just to show everybody here that you can take as many steps as you want while you're dribbling. So right now we're just trying to like emphasize stretching out our dribble and getting the most out of our dribbles. So with this, you're just going to do an in and out, and you're going to get as many toe slides or steps in as you can, but make sure to delay picking up the ball because your steps only count once you gather the ball together. So if you watch here, I'm sliding and now I gather. Technically, that's not a travel or a carry. The next one's going to be toe slides into a go. I'm doing the same thing as I did in the last one, in and out, but this time instead of catching it to like a stop, you're going to pocket the ball and work on dropping out of it. I know some of you are going to watch this and be like, this is super questionable, and it is. My right hand's pretty good here. I don't even know if that was a carry necessarily. My left hand was more of a carry, but this just works on like utilizing manipulating the ball as well. So if you watch it in slow motion, my hand stays to the side of the ball, and it's borderline a carry and not a carry. Like I think some referees would let me get away with it. It can act as like a hesitation. If I was good, I would sell my eyes to the rim, and then it's a really explosive move. We're gonna start with our hip rotations. We'll start easy and progressively get harder as we go. For this one, you're gonna start sideways as if you were like sizing up your defender. Make sure that your back foot is in the middle circle. I'll kind of give you the best guide then of where to be. You're gonna take one dribble. You're gonna rotate those hips into a drop, and then make sure you really explode out of that drop. This is going to be a back in to a drop and go. So your footwork is literally the same as the last one we did, but instead of starting in a triple threat position, this could be an example of, starting on a dribble. It's easy to back down your defender and then quickly swivel or rotate those hips to get by your defender. For this one, we're going to do a 180 to a drop and go. This time you're going to start backward or facing away from the direction you want to go. And you are going to dribble and rotate all the way around into a drop and go. I think this move would be really good for if you have your back to the basket or the defender and you just want to create some space or separation. This would be an easy way to do that while protecting the ball and also make it so you can go off of both pivots. These next couple are very tricky. The footwork is very important, so take it slow. We're going to go to a spin to a drop. One thing you could do with your back to the fender is you could do a spin move, but this is just another way to kind of spin to effectively get into your drop and be more explosive as to opposed to a regular spin move. With this way, you're just going to replace your foot. So if I'll wait till the slow motion comes, but you're going to take one dribble right away, and if once he's going this way, his right foot is going to replace his left foot to where the dot is going to be. See how his right foot replaces his left, and then he does a hip rotation and then explodes out of the drop. We'll kind of see again here. His left foot's going to replace his right onto that dot, and then he's going to rotate those hips and then explode out of it. Last one for today. I think this is the most challenging. It's going to be a spin seal to a front pivot spin. Oof, that's a lot to say. But for this one, you're kind of faking that spin move, and then you're doing a replacement with your foot to get into your drop and go. Once again, you'll probably have to watch the slow-mo over and over and over to get it. But you're starting diagonal with your feet, and then you are like switching to the opposite diagonal spot. One foot is going to replace right in the middle. So if you go watch this, I go diagonal, my left foot is going to drop to the middle, and then I'm going to hip rotation out of that and explode. I think my right example is much better than my left, so that's probably something you want to watch. But obviously the footwork is opposite as you go the other way. But this one I changed to a diagonal in the dots. My left foot would hop to the middle, and then I would hip rotate out of that and go. Good luck with this one.